welcome to the Hoop and Focus podcast. I'm here with Mick, Yas, and Joe.
Yo.
This is our third or fourth episode since our last one, but we ran into a bunch of technical difficulties, scheduling issues, yada, 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 but now we finally got one. It is currently Thursday, June 6, 2024, 6 p.m. Game 1 just started. We're about, I think, like 8 minutes into the game, 7, 8 minutes into the game. We're going to do a full finals prediction, and then we're going to check back once the finals are over. Just try to do an analysis about the whole thing and get everyone's opinions on this. I'll go last.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe or Mick, if you guys want to start it off.
All right. Since Mick's still working on an answer, my prediction, I think I would like to see. I'm gonna say Mavs, not because I don't know, just from what I've seen for the first few minutes. I mean, they didn't really come in prepared for Porzingis. I think I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have to make some kind of adjustments. I think Celtics are prone to making silly, kind of like stupid mistakes, like a Jaylen Brown turnover, just chucking the ball out in like the out of bounds area. It just depends. I mean, they just got to play through Porzingis. He's the one that really makes the difference in the game. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're probably trying to. I don't even know what you do. You got Derek Lively getting cooked. You got the smaller guard,
Josh Green,
just getting bent. I mean,
that's
how
why
do you
he's here.
attack the rim? Yeah, you have the paint's on lock. So I would like to see Mavs win because of the storyline, but I also like to see Tatum win his first ring. Honestly, it's a win-win for me. You know what I mean? So I don't know, Mickey, what's your prediction? I say Mavs. In what game? Should I say in what game?
Yeah, if you want.
I say Mavs in 6. I don't see Celtics getting swept.
I don't think
No.
The first one fell. JT just hit a big three, 31-20.
Yeah, I mean, well, going into the series, the antithesis was KP's old team versus Kyrie's older team. So it's just kind of like
Sam motherfucking Hauser, man.
there's a lot built up with this series,
My
and
guy.
as you guys can tell, we're watching it right now as the first quarter is almost ending. And
Man!
of course, Kristaps Porzingis.
That's why that motherfucker's here,
hits
bro.
A very crucial 3.
Transition 3, 30. Man.
But
Man, get that shit out of here.
yeah, as you can
I
tell,
gotta calm down.
the Celtics fan is very excited.
Nah, no way. No fucking what?
Sam Hauser hits another 3 to
Oh my God.
make it a 17-point lead. But, I definitely think the Celtics deserve it this year. And I say that as a Laker fan just because of how much, is
That
built
bullshit
behind them.
out of here.
They had 2 series
That's right,
where
PP.
it was a cakewalk.
That's right.
A bunch of players were injured in each and every single series. So, depending on this pans out for them, if they're able to knock down their shots, if the bench gives them production, I can see this going into 6 games. And, of course, with the Celtics coming out on top. It seems like we're forgetting that we're on this pod, y'all. So I guess we just gonna be watching this game.
Oh, get that shit out of here, bro. You really tried that?
Excuse me?
Payne, hold on, wait.
It's
Let him
becoming
cook.
a live talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's right, Drew.
I haven't seen him make a single 3 from that far. I haven't.
Pritchard?
Payne
This
Pritchard.
season, yeah, I think he had a couple in the playoffs. I can't remember any, but he hit that half court transition in Cleveland. I think in Cleveland. But I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mick.
Oh, I said everything I wanted to say during the duration
Yeah.
of that first quarter.
So, just for the sake of the length of the episode, I'll take it through the narrative, right, of the Celtics having the easiest path to the finals, and this is obviously coming from a Celtics fan, right? Yeah, no shit, like it is. It's probably one of the easiest routes any team has ever had to the finals. But you play who's in front of you, right? I mean, it's not like I don't even think we hurt any of the players that were in it. Not necessarily if that matters, right? Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid injured themselves. I think, if I remember correctly, Halliburton maybe pulled his hamstring an early game into the season against the Celtics, right? And then Giannis hurt his calf against us. I know that was a fact. But and then you can maybe accredit Tibbs's over reliance on his players for them getting injured. You already had OG Anunoby, who I think went to the Knicks injured. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, elbow thing, shoulder. Yeah, so some arm thing, but that's not to say that the Celtics group is not battle tested. Okay, yeah, we're not necessarily battle tested through this series, but look at what JB and JT have gone through. Like, yeah, you credit like all of their success over the years, especially early, right? That all that builds up, and all of that is for something. And I think this is it. And then, just like you hear it from everybody too, like to win a championship, you need luck. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Then this is where their slack is cut. And all credit to Dallas. I mean, you go through a Kawhi-less Clippers, but that's still Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. That's still I think they're the 4 seed. Clippers are the 4 seed.
Yeah, they were the 4 seed.
Then you go through the number one seed, and I think all 3 teams they faced were 50+ wins.
Right.
And you go through the number 1 seed, handle them in 6 games, and then you go through the team that just knocked off the defending champions, you handle them in 5 games. Like they're not to be messed around with. Like I'm not gonna lie to you if I say that I'm not nervous or scared about facing this Dallas Mavericks team. They're in the finals for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, as for the matchups, as for what I thought was gonna be before we saw into the game, I was surprised that KP sat, but now actually seeing it, I was like, well, duh, they're not gonna just throw him out there off rip. I figured Drew was gonna be on Luka, starting on Luka. Derek White was gonna start on Kyrie, and then JT on Gafford.
How do you think?
I forgot what's up?
How do you think that Drew Holiday assignment onto Luka's gonna pan out?
See, the thing is that we switch so much, and I think it like necessarily for the Celtics it doesn't matter because they switch 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I'm worried about, and what we already saw in the first quarter, is that they're just gonna hunt Al Horford, like 100%, and it's gonna work. He's 37. I think he's 38. So
Right.
I don't blame him for that. But then on the other end, we're just gonna hunt Luka and Kyrie because they also even though Kyrie and Luka have been exceptional on the defensive end in this playoff run, they're still liabilities. I guess you know what I'm saying. Just like Kyrie for the height thing, Luka just isn't you don't think defender when you think of Luka, right? With his improvements he's done in this postseason, but. Yeah, I think see, like just like that.
Right. Score right now being 37-20 going into the second quarter with actually
Just started
the second quarter. They got Al Horford in. Well, that's the one thing I wanted to talk to you about, the big man dynamic in this series. I feel like that's definitely going to be a difference maker being that Dallas has a really strong front court who's able to play defense like of course, Derek Lively coming off of a phenomenal rookie season.
Yeah, I mean, look, they lose. I mean, Derek Lively, bro, he's gonna be one of them ones. Like, he's gonna be super, super important to the Dallas's future.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. Come on.
There's one thing that you miss in this game is definitely,
bro. This dude just makes all the hustle plays, man.
There's one thing that you miss about the Celtics is that you have the over-reliance of Marcus Smart always picking up the best player on the other team.
Yeah, and being confident in that. But I think Drew provides the same amount of defense with providing better offense.
But
smarter offense. Like I say it as in come on, JB. That 2022 run when it was crunch time and there was the shot against the Nets, Marcus Smart, see exactly what I'm talking about. Luka's just hunting Al Horford, and what can you do there?
I'm gonna be honest. When I thought that they got rid of Marcus Smart, I was like, who's gonna facilitate the offense? Because he was like their point guard.
Yep, he's been due.
With Sam Hauser just making a
He's
corner
been due,
three
man.
right
He's been
now.
in a slump, and now he's just shooting himself out.
Reminder that the game is 24-42, Boston.
And he got a hand on that.
I think Boston just has so much depth. I mean, that's where they have them. That's where I mean, I did call that
I
Dallas
think
was
the
at
depth
6. So.
is pretty even. We really only have about a. I mean, Sam Hauser's showing out, right? He's been in a slump for so long, but if he's shooting like this, it's kind of
I don't know. If I was Jason Kidd or what, you would have 2 centers on Porzingis.
Not necessarily the idea of having a double. It's not necessarily the idea to have a double team on Porzingis. It's just more or less making sure that they abuse the 3-pointer as much as they can, and then stop. Just make sure that you contest every shot.
Bro,
at that
and
point.
yeah, this is not even. This doesn't even like. They don't even have JT on.
They don't,
And they're doing just fine. Let's see.
right? And
Oh
then
my
look,
god.
and that's all with Derrick Jones guarding them. So like you really got to defend the paint in this regards, because that's what their bread and butter is going to be.
Where's Luca at, bro?
I think he's right there.
See, like right here, this is a mismatch. If Horford is smart, he'd abuse this mismatch,
Nah, he ain't.
but he won't.
I don't think that's a
I don't think
mismatch,
PJ
bro.
Washington is technically a mismatch, bro.
No,
No,
he's
that was
talking about
Luka.
Luca.
He was talking
I
about
don't think.
Luka.
I don't think so. I
You
think
put
Luca can hold his
Horford,
own.
his bread and butter, of course, is the post. So if that was the case, then you just
Yeah,
got laid
but I
down.
mean, in this age, man, I think, and he's been used to stretch the floor.
I mean, he was putting up some buckets though in the last series.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you think Jake is saying at halftime? Because it's not even halftime yet, and they're already down by a huge
Yeah.
margin.
First final jitters.
First final
Yeah.
jet. Well, you know what? Yeah, fair enough.
Dude,
God
that is
damn,
nasty.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, look, it's Luka's first time in the final. Derrick Jones Jr. first time in the finals. Got all these guys. The only experienced guy is Kyrie, and so I think he's gonna be a huge voice in this locker room going in. You got to ride the storm, man. And I say the same for the Celtics too. I hope Mazzulla's telling them to ride the storm too, because this Celtics team is known to blow leads.
Yeah, that's why
And so,
I thought.
yeah, 20 with any other team, man. With any other team, you would be comfortable in the score right now, but you can't for this one.
Their defense is looking solid with the
That-
paint
that was a good
Yeah,
stop.
see,
Yeah,
you
look,
don't make
so-
those, bro. You know, my friend made a good point though. He said that the teams are gonna be so well coached that he
You gotta
sees
help.
each game.
You gotta help.
My friend says that each game might be just like blowout after blowout. You know, from Dallas. Let's just say Boston wins this game 1, game 2 probably Dallas. You know, gets a blowout. It depends. I mean, there's gonna be so
I
much.
wouldn't be surprised if they're split.
Yeah,
Going into Game 5.
we'll see. I mean,
I have Celtics in. I would love for the Celtics to win in 5, to win on their home court, but I don't see Dallas losing in 5.
I don't either, yeah.
And so I think the Celtics take it in 6. I don't want this to go to a Game 7. Absolutely not. Luka and Kyrie in a Game 7, man, that's scary. So I think we have the firepower to close it out. And okay, man, why am I getting KP the ball? Unless he just came in. Was he in this last segment we're talking about?
He was in the first quarter.
No, was he in? Did he just get subbed in?
KP?
Yeah.
No, he was.
He was in.
He was playing
the whole second quarter.
Yeah,
Oh,
the whole second half of the first quarter, and then he kept playing in.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
By the way, KP already with 10 points off the bench.
Luka is locking him up.
Something to consider. Well, KP with 10 points off the bench was.
Yeah. I think he's still warming up. Still got some juice in the tank.
No, I definitely just think he's very healthy. I think the greatest thing that Boston did was sit
he's
him
healthy
out
for sure.
the last 2
Good
rounds.
looks. I was talking about Luka's defense, but that's good defense, man. That was a foul.
But definitely they needed to sit Porzingis, especially for.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think I want him to start Game 2 either. I think get him on the bench Game 2. Have him come off the bench for Game 2 as well, and then Game 3 he should probably start.
I mean, again, that just goes into coaching plan, and I feel like the over reliance of Porzingis is eventually gonna start ticking in when the
It
Mavericks
looks-
start figuring out how to play them.
It looks like Joe Mazzulla and Jason Kidd are matching Lively and KP, which makes complete sense.
Yeah,
But I think the edge comes out for Boston because he has to pull Lively out the paint. And then as we see now, like KP is just getting in the man, why is he shooting that shit?
and I feel like at
KP's
that,
getting in the way of Lively's lobs, which is Luka's bread and butter right now with Lively is their 2-man pick and roll game.
But you gotta imagine that they played with each other, so they know how he knows how they practice with each other every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they don't have a simulation of a 7-3 rim protector to kind of like prepare themselves for that.
right?
True, but I mean, I'm sure they've played with the guy, and wasn't he coached by J Kidd?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that was
one year.
no.
Jake
What's
Kidd.
his name was
Carlisle?
yeah, Rick
Oh,
Carlisle.
money.
Rick Carlisle was on the team when Porzingis was there, and then
Really?
he got traded. Yeah,
Let me see when J Kidd took over.
J Kidd took over recently. I think last year was his first year.
No, because he was the coach in the 2022 run.
You know why I know that? Because he was here when Frank Vogel was coach for the Lakers. He was under Frank Vogel's staff, and that was
Jason
2 years
Kidd
ago.
Was the 2021-22 season. So it was the season after they traded KP.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
they won, and then they-
Yeah, so
they
yeah,
won.
it was with Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Was he working in the org though?
J Kidd, no.
Fucking, oh my God.
J Kidd, yeah.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
Look at Mark Wahlberg.
They need me a Wahlburger.
Hey man, look, JT, all I gotta say is I don't need you scoring 30. I don't need you scoring, bro. I just need you to play good defense and pass. You got all these other guys, like, they're already blitzing you. You're already causing trouble. You don't got your shot right now. Just pass smart. That's all I'm asking for.
One thing I'm noticing though, fellas, is a very quiet game for Kyrie Irving right now. What's going on?
Can't trust. Hey, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. Hey, I think it was through all the second round. He averaged 8 points in the first half, and then he averaged like 16 to 20 in the second. I might be speaking out my ass, but he ramps
Yeah,
it up.
you're right. He definitely ramps it up.
You know,
in the second
so
half.
I don't trust none of that.
Right. I don't know. It's a very well coached series, but
It's gonna be. This is like an ultimate chess match. You know, there's just so many variables and so many matchups and things that can happen in this series. It's gonna be interesting. It feels like for this past week, I think this is one of the longest wait times we've had for a finals. Ask me if I'm like in recent memory,
I think it was
like a whole week and a half.
But it's also because of the fact that how very quick those conference finals were.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like the wait time has been long, and I feel like it's just been hyped up. This last finals has been hyped up to just be.
I feel like
a classic.
I feel like the
it's gonna
second.
be a really-
I feel like the second round was prolonged just to make it seem like it'll be quick. That's why I feel it, because it's always the finals always start
in June.
In June, but also at the same time, the last game was played May 20 something. Last game,
End of May.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't have any much notes on this finals like that.
Yeah, I think we've really gone over it.
Yeah. If Dallas were to win the championship, what does that say about Luka's legacy and all the other things that had happened in the past between Porzingis and the Mavericks and all other things?
Truthfully, I don't think.
And J Kidd, I guess, as a coach.
It doesn't say anything about Luka and KP's dynamic, just because of how drastic the supporting cast from those years to
Right.
now.
Yeah.
They both had Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson wasn't the Jalen Brunson we know now. Back then, he couldn't be.
How do you get your players to score in the paint with Porzingis being in there? How do you get people to score? How do you get Dallas to score inside the paint when you got Porzingis inside? What do? You draw him out.
I think that that's having Maxey in, Maxey Kleber in.
Man,
You know,
it's
to-
trash.
but
Maxey Cleveland. He's gonna get a solid 6 minutes with 0 for 1 from
You gotta
3.
pull. That's the only thing is to pull KP out of
Well,
the paint.
see, that's the thing is too. Yeah.
But
Sure.
what comes with Maxi Kleber on the floor is having Maxi Kleber on the floor. You
He's
know?
not gonna be the savior.
And if he is,
I'd use him for like just to throw centers on KP, and if someone's in foul trouble, you always have Powell. Is he hurt?
yeah, but Dwight Powell should not be on this court.
Huh?
You get PT like that.
I know, but I'm saying if they run out of ideas, bro, throw some bigs on Porzingis. I think try to
You throw bigs on you throw double bigs on Porzingis, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 other guys on the court that can also shoot. Oh, Big Al.
I say try to make Drew Holiday shoot because he ain't.
I don't think you got to worry that much about. Yeah, I don't think you got to worry that much about Porzingis' presence in the paint as much because he's proven more of a stretch four, if anything.
This is where you got to get your buckets right here when the dude's on restricted minutes.
When it comes down to what needs to be done is to protect the rim at all costs because that's going to be the Celtics' bread and butter, like I said before. And
yeah, see, make that dude Drew
most of those
Holiday
threes,
shoot.
like most of those threes, aren't falling for the Celtics at all.
This is a rough 3-point shooting
Team.
night right now, and
they had
and what do you call it
right there?
And it's not even necessarily Dallas's defense stopping these threes from not falling. They're just knocking down open shots.
It's also a lack of.
Was this a foul?
If they can get to 35, you know,
Yeah.
I ripped through.
Right here.
Yeah.
I ripped
If they
through.
can get to 35 comfortably without Porzingis being on the paint, that's fine.
Which is where they're gonna have to get their points because I mean, look at this.
Look, oh my god! See, like that has to go in, brother. And you have what's his name, guarding JB.
See, look, blitz.
JB's just gonna cut.
That's the game plan right now.
Yeah,
money.
It's not gonna work. Boston just
It's too much.
dominating.
And we're not even having the best 3-point shooting night. We're 9 for. Oh my god. JB's got to steal on
This
Luka.
looks like they're playing 2K right now, bro.
They have the ticker settings up.
Yeah.
The sliders up.
They have the sliders up. That's not fair, bro.
JB 13 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 3 rebounds. 5 minutes left in the second. Charge.
It's just
kick Drew in the
nothing.
head.
It's just nothing's going their way. Kyrie's trying to.
Hey, they're not. I'm not gonna underestimate my opponent though, man. This is a lot of guys' first time even this far into the finals right now. So it's like Mick was saying, those finals jitters, first game jitters.
Yeah.
Especially when they come back home. I mean, that's your home floor. So we'll see what game 3 has in store. But
I mean, even then, outside of Al Horford, JT, and Jaylen Brown, who from those 2022 run is still there? Nobody.
yeah, but you got Drew. That's why we brought him in.
Yeah,
Championship DNA.
championship DNA.
And we also have to remember that Boston is a damn near better team on the road than at home. They've been having struggles these past couple of years defending home court. So if we get one on the road, we get one of these on the road, man, like we could defend home court, get one on the road, man, there is a real shot we can close this in 5.
Say Kyrie would have won the series. What does that say about him in the conversations of top point guard in the league?
I mean, I think he's already a top 5, top 7
Point guards of all time?
Yeah, of all time. I think he is, and I think this solidifies him like
Even
100%
more.
in
Yeah.
that top 4-ish range. I mean, who's in there? Who's in there right now?
Definitely Curry.
Curry, Magic,
Dame.
Stock.
He's in the conversation.
Okay. What the fuck was that? Oh shit. Oh, that's out on Dallas though.
Yeah, it's Dallas ball.
No,
Or that's still Celtics ball.
Yeah.
Celtics ball.
Yeah, so it looks like what we're talking about is that Kleber's getting some pretty good minutes.
They did not.
It's just to pull him out.
They did not do their best to make use of when KP was. Yeah, I'm not a believer in this.
Yeah, I mean, look, they might not even need KP to close this quarter. I do think he should start the third though.
By the way, side note, another thing I wanted to report it on the Celtics end. Al Horford sold his house and penthouse in
Dude, they should
Boston.
totally make
silly turnovers.
They should totally take advantage of this.
Sorry, Mick.
Yeah, Al Horford sold his penthouse in Boston.
Really?
Yeah, just recently.
Well, man, I mean, if that is the sign of retirement, I don't know what it is. I mean, unless he's moving.
Does not want to live in Boston. He wants to go somewhere where it's nice.
But yeah, that was also my first consensus. But another thing that I was also thinking of was what's his talks in terms of the best big man in the last decade?
Al Horford?
Yeah,
I think
5-time All-Star,
yeah,
All Defensive Team, All NBA Team, candidate or
I
member.
think he's had one of the best careers recently.
Right.
Damn, that was way off. In terms of being able to adjust your game,
Right.
He turned himself into a 3-point shooter, and a very effective 3-point shooter at that.
Yeah.
I think he's not a Hall of Famer, even if he wins a ring.
Right.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he's like one of those guys. If you know, you know.
But like, I could imagine him having his jersey hung in
Retired?
like Atlanta or somewhere,
I think he probably gets his jersey retired in Boston
and Atlanta,
yeah.
to some degree.
I heard Atlanta doesn't like him.
I don't know why.
I've heard some.
I feel like he was very efficient for that team,
Yeah,
especially
he got them a number 1 seed.
Yeah, under Mike Bud, the 4 All-Stars and Korver, Teague, and Millsap and him.
Yeah, it was 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate they don't like him, but I don't know.
So I think we can call it there.
Yeah, we
for
could
this
call
episode,
it
man.
here.
I think we've expended it. Just for the record, I have Boston in 6.
And I got Boston in 6 as well.
I gotta be the odd man out, bro. I gotta say Dallas. I have no issue with the Celtics. Winning. I really don't. I just want to say.
And you say that as a Laker fan, so
yeah, it's fine. I would like to see. Yeah, as a Laker fan, I want to see the Western Conference win.
of course.
So let's see.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I say this as a Laker fan. It's about time that Celtics get their just dues, even though we don't like the way that they're gonna get it. But it's gonna be easy.
There's always something.
It is what it is.
Jacob, thank you everyone for listening. Thanks for tuning in to the Hoop and Focus podcast.
Yeah.
And have a great day, everyone.
Appreciate you. Thank you.